Hello, my name is Chris Boltendahl, and you're watching or listening to Agoraphobic News, and we are Grave Digger.
We are.
Hey, Milos here of Agoraphobic News, this time with Grave Digger. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, we're great. Thank you.
This is, are you super excited about the Exit Festival also?
Yeah, because it's a great location, a great venue. We've never played on a festival like this before because in a fortress. Looks pretty interesting, and with all the different style of music. Great idea to do a festival in here.
What about you?
Yeah, the last time we played in Serbia, it was in 2007, together with Syrian. It's a long time ago, and we will see what happened tonight.
Yeah, awesome. So what was like the reaction from the crowd back in 2007?
That was really great. It was enthusiastic, it was hot, like usual in south of Europe, you know.
Yeah. And in 1984 you released an album called Heavy Metal Breakdown. And how important was that record for you guys?
It's a very important record because it was the first one. Everything started with this record, so it was the foundation of our career, you know.
Yeah. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, right. He's told everything about the record which has to be told.
Okay, and in 1986 you released an album called War Games. Does that have something to do with Cold War, maybe?
Yeah, this was a concept CD about atomic bomb was thrown down in Hiroshima, and yeah, it was one side. There was the good times of vinyl, you know, the album, and one side was about this Hiroshima thing.
So the songs Enola Gay and Fallout are basically about nuclear war.
Yeah.
And was that album maybe inspired by Chernobyl because it happened the same year, you know, 1986? Chernobyl explosion, you know, in Soviet Union.
It was inspired by that because it was, I think it was released in '86. It was some anniversary day about this atomic thing.
Yeah. And how scary were the 80s because of the nukes and, you know, these two blocks fighting each other on all sides?
I think that was one of the worst thing in history, in the younger history, I think, you know. So, and it should be a sign for everybody, don't do it again. Yeah. And don't work and not to handle with this kind of protection, you know, and show how I have 3 bombs more like you. More like you.
Do you have something to add?
Well, yeah, the problem is I thought we should be over this situation, but at the moment, as you can see, if a psychopath is ruling one of the biggest countries in the world, yeah.
Xi Jinping or Donald Trump?
Oh, well, that's your opinion. Yeah, I don't want to name special, but it's one or two steps further, and we're back in these days, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe this, to be honest. Yeah, in my age, I thought this would be over now, and only having wars about some financial stuff or maybe political stuff, but not stuff like that. It's horrible, absolutely.
And you know, back in the 80s, Germany was divided, you know. And what was like the metal scene in Eastern Germany? Was there any scene or?
As far as I've never been in Eastern Germany while there was some metal. You have to ask Chris because he performed in Eastern Germany some.
For what?
Metal scene Eastern Germany.
Nowadays?
No, 80s. The 80s.
The 80s, oh. Yes, everybody was young and wild, and yeah, everything was groovy. Not so many bands in Germany at this time. And we had only two big ones. It was Accept and Scorpions at this time. Yeah. And then we grew up with Rage, Gravedigger, and Running Wild. And we are the second wave of German heavy metal. And it was, yeah, it was a crazy time. Totally different to this time now.
Yeah, because of all the stuff that I already mentioned. And what is like Heart of Darkness song about?
It's about the movie Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and it was the beginning of more or less that Gravedigger dealt with concept CDs. Yeah, and this song was about a concept, and then we start with Tunes of War. That was the next one.
Yeah, and was Tunes of War maybe inspired by the movie Braveheart?
Not really. It was inspired by the Scottish history. Yeah.
I realize that you're really into Scottish history. How did you get interested?
I'm Scottish.
Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
No, that was the case that Tommy Göttlich, our former bass player, he was a teacher for history, and he brought up this topic to the band, and everybody liked it, and then we carry on with that.
And I mean, even albums like Excalibur are maybe more medieval oriented. So, what is like your biggest inspiration when it comes to these lyrics?
When I work with the concept, then the concept is a topic of the lyrics, and if I don't work with a concept, then I handle with everything. Now for the new one, it's the zombie thing is more or less a little bit you can find in the lyrics, but I deal with everything.
Yeah, and you guys are maybe in between heavy metal and power metal. How do you feel about this category?
Well, there are other people who name us heavy metal, power metal, true metal, whatever. Yeah. To be honest, I don't care that much about categories as long as the people like the music. Everybody should have the right to name the style we play like he wants, like he likes to. Yeah. So maybe, as I said, everybody has the right to call it like he likes to call it. We are a little bit of everything.
And what are your biggest influences?
As a band, or?
As a musician?
Well, to my personal thing, I do have 3 guitar players I like a lot. Number 3 is Brian May of Queen. Number 2 is Jeff Beck, and my all-time favorite, who unfortunately died some years ago, was Gary Moore. And I'm a big fan of classical music, so I like Bach and Tchaikovsky. But this is only my personal thing. I think everybody got his own stuff.
What is like your favorite Tchaikovsky composition?
I think Swan Lake.
The 8.
No, I prefer the Nutcracker Suite. That's the one.
The 1812. And what about your biggest inspirations when it comes to vocals?
In the 80s it was David Lee Roth, and nowadays nobody. I'm my own inspiration.
Yeah, and can you guys tell us something about your upcoming album, The Living Dead?
Yeah, it's a different to the Heal by Metal album, and I think it's more epic. It's it's 100% Gravedigger but different. Listen to it.
Do you guys have a release date or?
Yeah, it's the 14th of September.
Yeah, and do you have something to add for that album?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Do you have something to add related to this album? How is it going to sound like?
As Chris said, it's 100% Gravedigger, but this time we do have very strong vocal hooks, very strong chorus lines. We always had this, but this time there is a lot on it. And the main focus is the chorus part, and the whole song is put around the chorus part. And I think that's the main difference. But it's still 100% Gravedigger, so you don't have to be afraid that it will be Dream Theater or stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you guys have something to say? Any last words?
Have fun.
To entertain the people. That's all.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
listening.
you, my friend. Thank you.